You've got the clicker there. You're on. Let me just make sure you've got the power you need. Are you all switched on? Let's get your let's get that switched on for you too. Yeah, let's get that switched on. Oh, you are on. Great. We'll bring you up in the system. Let me hear you. Nope, still nothing there. Guys, can we unmute Mike back there on the test? Keep talking.
This is Mike.
There we go. Now we got you live. Okay, you're all set. Thank you guys. Thanks for being here.
Hello everybody. Thanks for joining me today. I'm real happy to follow CA and NetApp in the schedule today. I'm here to talk about the future of the CIO in a services-defined enterprise. This is a methodology that Logicalis has worked on with our customer base over the years, doing some surveys to understand what a CIO needs to look like in the future of an IT delivery. A little bit about Logicalis before I start. We're a global international IT solutions provider. We're Cisco's 8th largest global partner with 1.6 billion in revenues. We have about 25 countries we serve with 3,500 employees worldwide and about 6,000 corporate and public sector customers. So as we know, there's a digital divide where users are expecting to experience IT much like their mobile phones. They can get everything from an app store, everything anytime, anywhere, social, life is mobile, everything works in the cloud, and why does IT have to be so complex? The CIO and the IT staff have to deal with all the things you see on the bottom, managing service levels, whether it should go CapEx or OpEx. Does their network have availability and capacity? Maybe they have skills shortages, data management, application transformation, infrastructure legacy. There's a lot going on in the IT staff that creates this divide with the end users. So we took some surveys of our customer base and we found out that 75% of the current and incoming market workforce does not think IT is going to be capable to meet their needs going forward. With that said, there's also new transformations and lines of business that need data to do their jobs better. So you have marketing with wireless capabilities, wanting to know where their users are in their retail stores, or what is the performance of the network, or where are the hotspots, where are people congregating in their environments. Also, for the Internet of Everything, Internet of Things, it's a source of valuable information for the business that the line of business wants access to, and IT is not comfortable doing that today. So the world thinks it can literally upgrade their phones every year and reboot every night with a new iOS. And that's the user expectation that the CIOs and IT staffs are being held to today. And it really truly does. So how do we serve that? Well, I think IT needs to change. The supply chain is changing. The line of business has needs. Those needs are currently, hopefully, served through an IT function that produces traditional services we're all familiar with. Storage, compute, capacity, security, ERP, contact center. But really, what's happening is they need some other as-a-service items you see on the edges of this picture, like line of business applications, BYOD, and CRM. So what the users are doing, they're circumventing IT. You can see they're going around the IT function, and they're consuming those services in their own budgets, in the line of business budgets. What does this do? It creates a risk for IT, and believe it or not, it creates a risk to the business if data is not secure. So how do we mitigate that risk? We have to look at the impact of transitions in technology. Everybody's used to, in the IT world, IT is a project, CapEx, corporate IT, data center expansion, securing the edge. All this is changing to a new model to where it's now IT as a service, OpEx instead of CapEx, consumer experience versus corporate IT, cloud consumption versus data center expansion, pervasive mobility. We're all mobile today, but yet the corporate IT needs to secure the edge. Big data analytics is what the line of business wants, but the IT department wants to manage storage growth. Collaborative working environments exist and are needed today, and the IT department's leading with unified communications only. So, as you can see, IT is not prepared to do that. IT has a project dashboard, and it's usually pretty big, but the marketplace is multiple times bigger. The marketplace can handle a lot more project workload than any one given IT staff or CIO could possibly do. So that's driving this consumer choice to circumvent IT. With that happening, your proven and present technologies, or your IT staff is okay doing the proven stuff. They're kind of struggling with the present. They're not even considering the emerging technologies like software-defined networking, self-service, inter-cloud, like we heard Rob talk about this morning, X as a service, BYOX. and hybrid IT. They're not there yet. They can't get there fast enough. So that being said, the IT maturity level of the CIO and his staff or her staff is going to struggle providing anything more than the proven technologies they're used to providing. So how do we get better at that? Well, we want to create this funnel where all these services that our users need to consume for their experience can be either built and deployed by IT or they can be consumed as a service. Our position here at Logicalis, our opinion is that we can do both. We can help them converge their infrastructure, do virtualization, virtual access layer, wired and wireless mobility, service automation, service-defined networking. Everything in blue we can help with, and we can help IT build out themselves. As a service model, the marketplace, as I told you, is providing all of those services. So the maintenance, managed services, managed hosting. You either need a partner or someone else in the marketplace to do that. But as we funnel both of those together, we can create what's called the services-defined enterprise, where the CIO and their staff is actually the one that's going to be delivering services. It doesn't matter where they come from, as long as they funnel up to the business, which you see in this chart. So it's kind of a 360-degree methodology that we think we can help customers execute. You start by the line of business specifying the service needed. You then work on sourcing or brokering that service from anywhere in the marketplace. You integrate that into existing business processes, you govern it, make sure it's secure, and you provide it as a one service management. If you follow that methodology that you see right there on the screen, you can start to pervasively deploy applications and services that the users will consume as an experience, much like their mobile phone in their pocket. When they walk into an AT&T or Verizon store today, they don't want you to whiteboard up the routers, switches, and firewalls and everything that it takes to secure that network. They want the applications and the device in their pocket. It's the same methodology here. The CIO and the staff has to deliver these services, and will be able to do so, including Cisco Powered Cloud, WebEx, etc., through the service-defined enterprise methodology. These 8 points are very compelling and reason why we think the CIO is going to now, in the future, lead a services enterprise. They're going to focus on a 360-degree user experience where experience matters. They're going to move from managing technology to managing a service catalog or portfolio. They're going to adopt pre-validated architectures like the BYOD Smart Solution from Cisco as their first choice for internal architecture. They're going to embrace IT automation like you saw from CA earlier. They're going to become experts in service integration and aggregation, not necessarily experts in a given technology. They'll want to transition their staff to be experts in technology management, which they are today, to be exponents of a service delivery capability. They can do this while keeping a focus on key performance indicators, and business agility and improved user experiences will go through the roof. And the CIO and the staff will now be confident to look externally first for solutions instead of trying to add more to their project dashboard. We have this concept that we want to call an IESP. That's an internal enterprise service provider. Traditional IT is on a path that needs to be raised the bar. We can raise the bar by providing converged infrastructure, software-defined networking, IT automation, ACI like you saw the demo this morning, and up to the intercloud, the cloud of clouds. As we do this, IT service agility goes up, and experience of the end user goes up as well. And now you can see to complete the story that the IT users no longer have to circumvent IT in the middle. They can have an internal enterprise service provider catalog of offerings that they can consume to get all the line of business apps and everything they need on the right side of this slide. And you can see the IT acts as a conduit for all of these services, and the business gains agility, reduces costs, and manages risk. So with that, Logicalis' service-defined enterprise approach really transforms business choice and experience while maintaining user control. And that's all I have for you today. I appreciate your time. Grab your t-shirt.
Well done. Thank you, Mike. All right, point out where you are so everybody can come and visit you.
So you can follow Logicalis at Logicalis US on Twitter.
Very good. And Mike's going to stick around. If you've got any questions, if you want to come on up and one-on-one and ask any questions, he's going to stick around here for a bit. We're going to meet you guys right over here on the corner to give away some shirts here for this round. And then we've got a short break before we do